From ancient alien-looking sharks to weird squids and spider crabs, here are 17 of the scariest sea creatures that really exist. Number 17. Frilled Shark. Let's start off with a beast that is a mainstay for these types of lists. This frightening fish is often called a living fossil since it's changed so little over 95 million years. Frilled sharks get their common name from their three-pointed teeth. There are 300 of them which resemble rows of sharp frills. The choppers are used to bring down prey like squid, fish and other sharks. It strikes in a snake-like fashion with jaws that are flexible enough to swallow prey whole. Since they inhabit depths approaching 4,000 feet or 1,220 meters, they're not seen so often. The first verified footage of a frilled shark in its habitat didn't occur until 2004. Number 16. Diamondback squid. These cephalopods aren't as well known as some of their fellow squids. It's a larger species that can weigh upwards of 66 pounds, that's 30 kilograms, and measure about 3 feet long or 1 meter. They're on the list because of their unusual egg sacs. At first glance, it looks like a weird gelatinous blob floating in the water, but it's actually a string of thousands of eggs that have been laid by this squid. More than 40,000 eggs can be produced at a time, and they're encased within a gelatinous tube that can extend 6 feet long or 1.8 meters. Experts say the tube can exhibit a pinkish glow which is generated by the eggs within. Number 15. Supersized sunfish. The mola mola is famous as one of the world's heaviest bony fish. It's known as a sunfish, like the subject of this segment. This species is commonly called the Southern Ocean sunfish, and they can attain some massive sizes. One specimen caught in 1996 off the coast of Japan weighed in at a scary 5,070 pounds, that's 2,300 kilograms. Along with that weight, the animals can measure 11 feet long, 3.3 meters. Despite their great size, these fish have small mouths with parrot-like beaks. They feed on numerous prey including mollusks and small fish, but they especially favour jellyfish. Number 14. Wolf eel. This species of wolffish is native to waters of the northern Pacific, and since it possesses pectoral slits and paired gill slits, it's not actually considered a true eel. But they can still get fairly large, at nearly 8 feet long, 2.4 meters, and weighing more than 40 pounds, that's 18 kilograms. The strange-looking beasts look like they are not to be trifled with, which is good advice. Although they tend to be non-aggressive, they can be curious critters, and they have strong jaws which can inflict a painful bite on humans. Number 13. Giant isopod. Did you know that this deep-sea crustacean is sometimes called the undersea woodlouse? That's because it has a terrestrial cousin called the common woodlouse, which it greatly resembles. But as their name would indicate, the giant isopod is much larger than its relative. There are around 20 species, several of which can reach lengths of 30 inches, 76 centimeters, and weigh about 4 pounds, 1.8 kilograms. Certain specimens can display 7 pairs of legs and 4 sets of jaws. While their jaws are typically used for eating fish and dead shrimp, some of these critters have been known to chew through undersea cables. Researchers say the isopod's enormous size is linked to their habitats located some 8,000 feet, 2,400 meters below the surface. A phenomenon called deep-sea gigantism can make certain animals grow larger at extreme depths. Number 12. Snakehead fish. These long, predatory fish have gills, which enables them to breathe air and migrate over land for short periods. They're especially distinguished by their dorsal fins and wide mouths filled with shiny teeth. And there's a great size difference among the various species, ranging in length from around 10 inches, 25 centimeters, to more than 3 feet long, that's 1 meter. Number 11. Vampire squid. While its common name is scary enough, this critter's Latin name is even scarier. It translates as vampire squid from hell. It has an appearance that justifies its name. The bioluminescent cephalopod has 8 arms that are connected by webbing. That makes the animal look like it's wearing a cloak worthy of Dracula. They live in waters more than 3,000 feet deep, 914 meters, in a region identified as an oxygen minimum zone. That type of habitat doesn't have enough oxygen to sustain the majority of complex organisms. However, this beast gets along quite well in such an environment. For all their forbidding looks, these are relatively small beasts. They only measure about 1 foot, 30 centimeters in total length. Number 10. Japanese spider crab. With a leg span of around 18 feet, 5 meters from claw to claw, this beast claims the greatest leg span of any living arthropods. Weighing in at around 42 pounds, 19 kilograms, it is second only to the American lobster on that scale. In addition to that ferocious appearance, the marine crustaceans exhibit some smarts as well. While their exoskeletons protect them from predators like octopods, these animals will also camouflage themselves as their carapace blends into the rocky ocean floor. They'll even use other animals including sponges to cover their shell. While you wouldn't think so, these animals are said to have a laid-back disposition. Number 9. Megamouth Shark. This critter was first discovered in 1976 and have been sporadically sighted ever since. In 2015, one of the alien-looking creatures washed ashore in the Philippines, and that was thought to only be the 60th such sighting. A more recent sighting occurred in 2018 when a juvenile male was encountered off the Philippine coast. As you might have noticed, these sharks have an affinity for those waters. They've also been known to appear in Taiwan and Japan. The animal is easily distinguished by its enormous noggin and wide mouth. Size-wise, they can reach lengths of 18 feet, 5.5 meters, and weigh more than 2,600 pounds, that's 1,179 kilograms. Did you know this shark can lure in prey like plankton using luminous photophores that flank its mega-sized gob? Number 8. LONGLURE frogfish. Name aside, these animals have nothing to do with amphibians. The frog reference is inspired by the warts along the fish's body that are toad-like. They're short, stocky fish that are found in most of the world's tropical waters and belong to the anglerfish family. Like its relatives, this species has an elongated growth that's used to lure in prey like mantis shrimp, crabs, or other fish. Researchers say it exhibits some human-like behavior when hunting. Like a fisherman, this animal will move to a different location if no prey is biting. When it strikes, it does so with scary speed. These frogfish attack so quickly that the action can only be caught with high-speed film. By that standard, many sources claim the frogfish is the fastest animal alive. Number 7. Whiplash squid. Over 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by water, but only about 5% of our oceans have been explored. So maybe all these alien-looking deep-sea creatures shouldn't be such a shock. Here's another case in point with a cephalopod that looks like a strange visitor from another planet. Taninja Danny is a deep-sea squid nicknamed the whiplash squid, as a reference to their long, whip-like tentacles. In some angles, they almost resemble toothpick legs. Experts say the animals can travel at nearly 3 miles per hour and produce a bright light that can be used to measure distance or to blind their prey. Number 6. Pacific lampreys. These are among the world's most primitive living vertebrates, with a lineage that can be traced back some 380 million years. In that time, they've undergone very little change, so they must have always looked like something that escaped from a horror movie. Aside from giving you the willies, the creatures' mouths function to clamp onto their victims to feed off their bodily fluids, especially blood. Number 5. Hagfish. This creature possesses only rudimentary vertebrae and has no jaws whatsoever. In fact, those primitive traits have changed very little over some 300 million years. Maybe they've been around for so long because predators will usually leave them alone. That's thanks in large part to a thick slime they produce, which clogs up an attacker's gills. Number 4. Goblin shark. Along with the frilled shark, this monstrosity is also a must-have for our list. The goblin shark is distinguished by several unique physical traits. It has a snout that is long and flat, and pink or tan skin as a result of visible blood vessels. Of course, its most frightening feature is its powerful, protrusible jaws. They can pop out of the monster's mouth to catch prey with its nail-like teeth. The visual is similar to the xenomorph in the Alien movies. That scary look has been around for a long time. Marine biologists say that these animals are the last remnants of a lineage that dates back some 125 million years. Reaching 20 feet long, 6 meters, the heaviest known specimen weighed about 460 pounds, 210 kilos. Since they usually favour freezing waters at depths approaching 4,500 feet or 1,300 meters, they're not often seen, but they have a wide distribution and are found in the world's 3 major oceans. Number 3. FANGTOOTH moray. Thanks to its yellow and black coloration, this beast is also known as the tiger moray. But FANGTOOTH moray is a scarier and more accurate description. Within its elongated jaw are a series of razor-sharp teeth that resemble shards of glass. An outer row of teeth measures around 1 inch long, 2.5 centimeters. The outer row of teeth alternate with the inner row that are wider spaced and even longer. These fish can reach 4 feet long, 122 centimeters, and are usually found in the eastern Atlantic Ocean, where they hide in the rocks and rubble. Number 2. Deep sea lizardfish. What has the face of a lizard, the body of an eel, and a reputation for being one of the world's deepest dwelling apex predators? It's this beast, which has a huge mouth filled with long, sharp, needle-like teeth. Those fangs are used for biting into prey and trapping it. Experts say the beasts hunt prey by burying themselves in the seafloor at depths exceeding 11,000 feet, 3,400 meters. Once prey passes by, the lizardfish bursts out of the sediment and grabs it with their powerful jaws. Once caught, escape is impossible for the victim. Did you know these animals are hermaphrodites? Experts say it's an adaptation that allows them to reproduce in their isolated environment. Number 1. Humpback anglerfish. In Greek, this animal's name means black large sea creature, and that's mostly right. But going some 18 centimeters, 7 inches, they're not so big. The heads of females are huge, and their mouths are filled with large pointed teeth that tear into prey. Thanks to its flexible jaws, this critter can swallow victims larger than itself. These are sit-and-wait ambush predators that are found as deep as 4,500 meters or 2.8 miles below the surface. Instead of chasing their food, they use a type of natural luring apparatus that is bioluminescent and attracts prey to them. That appendage is also used to attract mates. Did you know that males of this specimen are much smaller than the females? They measure only about 3 centimeters long, 1.1 inches. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that big red subscribe button and click the bell for notifications for our next exciting episode right here on Epic Wildlife.